Welcome back, Shameless people. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and also comment. So today we are talking about a very sensitive topic, which is the pain of losing a baby. So I myself have lost a baby. So what happened is it was around June 16. Yes, around June. It was 2016, yes, around that weekend of June 16. So I was supposed to be submitting my exam. I was submitting my exam. It was a take-home exam. So I went to the office just to quickly, finish it up, brush it off, and then polish it before I submitted. So around 10 o'clock, yes, around past 10 or so, I started feeling some pains from my back, everywhere, like it was so painful. And because I was so focused in getting this exam done and submitted before 12, I was like, you know what, pain. What's important now is for me to finish my exam. We take chances. Yes. So I continue with preparing my exam and finalizing it, and then the pain was too much, and I'm one of those lucky girls here. I don't have a period pain, so it can be period pain. So I then went to, after wrapping up my exam, and then I was supposed to submit it. I had to walk like 10 minutes or so to go and submit it. So luckily I was working in the institution where I was studying, so I locked off my office and then walked to the other building where I need to submit. So in that, it's quite a busy route to the other building, but that day there was literally no one. I was walking, the pain was too much, I was bending, so it was crazy, and there was no one. Like on that scary Friday, there was no one. So I then walked like 5 minutes to the other building, and then there was this gentleman. He was one of the colleagues, and then he saw me, and then he was like, wait, where are you going? Why are you walking like that? I'm like, hey, I am in so much pain and I need to submit this exam. So it was around 11:30, and then he's like, okay, let me take you there. He's an old man. He's like, let me take you there, and then I'll drop her off. And he's like, no, I'm gonna wait for you, and then when we are done submitting that, I have to take you to the clinic. So luckily the employer had an on-site clinic, so big ups to that. So we went to the clinic after I've submitted, and then I was treated with so much urgency, and then wara, and then the sister checked me, and then when she checked me, and she's like, no man, I think you're pregnant, but let's do some tests. And then we did some tests, and then voila, I was pregnant. She tells me that you are pregnant. I was so confused. At that time, I was older, but I didn't think about like having kids, having children. Guys, like pregnancy has never been part of my life for most of my life. So I was so confused, and then she gave me some prescription, and then she tells me that I must go to the doctor for a full checkup and all those things. So fine, cool bananas. And then I went back to my office to clear my desk, and then so that I can go home. And then while I'm busy trying to clear my desk, and then she calls me. I'm like, hello sister, and she's like, you need to come back, the doctor wants to see you. How? Hi. And then I went back to the clinic, and then the doctor's like, why did you leave without me checking on? I'm like, I thought I'm done. And then the doctor checked me like so quickly, guys. He just pressed me like 4 times or something. He's like, something is wrong with you. And then he did that the hand test thing that is so uncomfortable. So he did the test, and he's like, no, okay, there's nothing, there's no blood coming out, but there is something wrong with you. You need to go to the doctor. Then I called my partner then, and then he came to pick me up. We went to the doctor. The doctor did another pregnancy test. Yes, you are pregnant. Okay, we are so confused. What the hell? And then he's like, let's do a scan. We do a scan, and then the scan, there is heartbeat, But no man, there's something that's not clear, you need to go to the specialist. How? He sends us to the specialist, we go to the specialist checks me, all those things. How? And at that time we don't even have money, ne? I'm not on medical aid because we have just bought a house, so we're trying to rearrange our finances and so forth. So we're not on medical aid. And then when the specialist checked, and she's like, you know what, you are pregnant, but the baby's in the tube. Really? So what's gonna happen? And then no, she explained that, you know what, you have to go for emergency surgery because if this thing erupts, then yes, any mulacate. I sharp him. Hi, we still look like it's the running around. We've been like running around now, from one doctor to the other, to this, and then we went back. She actually sent us back to the doctor for him to give us a referral letter to a hospital, to a public hospital, guys. So fine. It was now already after 5:30, after hours, and then we took the letter, went back home, and then on our arrival home, gosh, I was just overwhelmed by everything that has just happened in the past 5 hours. And then I cried and cried and cried. My partner then was there to comfort me, and then but I couldn't cry longer because I had to pick up myself and then dress down and then be comfortable, and then we needed to urgently go to the public hospital. So we went there, and then we stayed at the casualty for like 2 hours, and then after that only then the process started flowing. Maybe I was tested and evaluated and assessed by around 5 doctors before I was admitted, and then I was admitted around 12 a.m. So in all that processes, what I appreciated about all those doctors, they were so caring, guys. They were so caring. They would, you know, explain everything what they are doing. They would explain the result. They would even, the other one even went on Google to show me pictures of what does this mean and so forth and so forth. So I really received a very good service from them. And then I was supposed to go for emergency surgery around 1 a.m. and then unfortunately, because it was weekend, and I get it like you guys, like weekend, people get drunk and so forth. So there were other serious critical emergencies because of car accidents and so forth. So the doctor explained that to me, and then she said you will have to go to theater first thing in the morning, but not now. And then fine, and then in the morning she came to say that she's knocking off, but the next doctor will take me to the theater because unfortunately she's knocking off. And then the next doctor came and then instructed the sisters to prepare me for theater, and then I went to theater. You know, I get but what's that those questions, by the time you answer the last one, gone, boom. So and then the operation happened, and then they sent me back to my ward, to the ward. And then gosh, just on the arrival to the ward, I just, after fully waking up, and I just felt the emotions running up and down. I was just so overwhelmed by the emotions. I've just, you know, the reality was kicking in that you have just lost a baby. So that's how it went. I was so much in pain, physical pain, but mostly emotional pain. And then, you know, the other thing, you will be going through such a pain, and then there will be other women who are making it worse. Like, I remember one day, because I stayed there like 4 days or so, one of the days, because you have to shower and get a public hospital, o hlapa ka bo ma 3 bo ma 4 in the morning, otherwise that metsi a bata ka potlets. So one of the days when I went for a bath, and then this other woman said to me, oh, it's the abortion. I'm like really, why do people talk like that? And yes, it's fine, our ward was separated and there was a section for people who were there for abortion, but why should they be judged, you know? But still, she didn't have any right to talk to me like that or even ask me anything about my health. So I felt so offended, but then I just like Kaskamo Araba. And then I remember as well the other woman, after I was back from theater, she was like, Waitaba, you have just arrived here. We have been here Rona for the whole week. we never went to theater, and they were, now you've just arrived now and then you are already back from theater. I'm like, lady, you don't understand. I went to theater so that they can tell me the life of the baby that I have. Whenever you go to theater, it doesn't matter whether it's a week or a month, you will be coming with your baby on your hand, like you will come carrying your own baby. But for me, my baby's life was terminated. So, and then I just left it like that. So that was the pain that I felt. And then, guys, it doesn't get better. Hey, it doesn't get better. It doesn't get better, it does get better. What I'm saying is, it doesn't go away. Yes, it does get better, but it doesn't go away. You know, every now and then you would have those moments, but it changes. Or how are you now seeing the moments? What I've experienced for myself, especially after this year, how I experience it is, I see it from a point of peace. It brings me peace, you know. I've accepted it, I've embraced it. I see it from a grateful point of view, to say that, you know what, I'm grateful that I went through what I went through, because now I'm able to talk about it. I'm able to encourage people who have lost their kids. I'm able to, you know, yeah, just to be that hope, you know, and be that voice. So that is what happened to me. And what also assisted me was the kind of, yes, I was praying, I was reading books. I remember one of my friends bought me a lovely book by Ianla Van Zandt, and then I was reading the Bible, I was praying. But what was also important was the support that I had from my partner then, and the support that I had from my family. So that I will always be forever grateful. So that is what got me through it, and I'm happy that, you know, I did find my healing. And yeah, has been has been part of my journey and part of my experience. And I know people have lost their kids through miscarriages, others were born stillborn, maybe others through the same thing that happens to me, which is ectopic pregnancy. But I want you to know that God is still God, even in your situation. So don't lose hope. God can still answer your prayers, and He is very gracious, and He loves us. He loves us. Don't ever think you are less of a woman. Don't ever think you are less of a wife because you don't have a child, or because you've lost a child. God loves you, and I love you. So that has been my story. Please share. You can share your stories with me. We can learn from one another. How did you find your healing? How has your perspective changed because of what you went through? And how has life been because of what you went through? And I pray that you find yourself healing. May love and peace be unto you. So that's all from me in terms of my story of how I lost my child when I didn't know I was pregnant. Yeah, that's it. Bye-bye.